Puffy just lied, just the man.
When she was getting banged, she liked to scream a lot.
I was recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes.
Now the dude that she was, he was a multi-millionaire. We all know him. For the record, it's not Jay-Z.
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
I think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Well, it go till.
That's a different type of party.
If it's an open relationship, understand that means him and men.
To describe Puffy in one word is a...
There's freak-off videos being sold underground right now in Hollywood featuring big artists when they didn't even know they were being recorded, and I'm gonna show you everything.
You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
There already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood, but one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this.
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really?
This was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped, like they're being surreptitiously recorded.
They know what happens at midnight. At midnight, certain things happen. Girls get naked. All of a sudden, everybody's naked. Who do you think went through there? Everybody.
You know, I invited everybody. Everybody was Jamie Foxx, Ashton, Cameron Diaz. I mean, it was Will Smith, Chris Rock, everybody that was moving and shaking in Hollywood.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
There are freak-off videos being sold underground right now in Hollywood involving huge musicians who didn't even realize they were being filmed, and I'm going to show you everything. As you guys heard, individuals are aggressively selling freak-off Diddy recordings right now to Hollywood, tapes of people who were in them and didn't even realize they were being filmed. So here's a list of celebs who are presumably on those cassettes right now, seeking to purchase them back. Some of them may startle you, and others will absolutely surprise you, because I've got a lot of material to show you that you haven't seen before, beginning with Beyonce.
Beyonce is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
One point, I went to Philly, followed him all the way to Philly. He threw a party, and he said, yo, Playboy, this party costs $1.5 million to throw. I'm like, you are out of your mind. And I said, Puff, I'll throw you a party for $400.
So what are your thoughts on all the his celebrity friends that denounced those allegations and were like, this is false, and you know,
Liars.
they were saying, yeah, should they speak up now?
It's getting a little too late for those who are complicit.
2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire. Doing good?
Oh, you put that thing on the wall.
So you see how we do it here on the Saturday. This is what it's missing. You see how we do it here on the Saturday. This is what it's missing.
Now, this tape never made it to the light of day because the rapper who possessed it, Pimp C, ended up strangely dying from an overdose on a narcotic called lean, which people generally combine with Sprite and is widespread in the rap world. But you know, Diddy and Jay-Z weren't going to let him get away with spreading around stuff like that. After that, Diddy did everything Beyonce wanted.
A fun fact a lot of people don't know, that cheesecake we went and got was for Beyonce. She was upstairs the whole time. That's a fun fact people don't know. People like, y'all walked and got a cheesecake. It was for Beyonce.
I was throwing this party for the MTV Movie Award. Beckham's was there. And I remember Beyonce was there. Security comes to get me and says, you have a guest here who wasn't on the list. And I'm like, who? He's like, Michael Jackson. So then I go towards the back and it's Michael. I'm like, Michael, what's up? Like, what you doing here? And he was like, you know, I'm here with Brett Ratner. You know, we came to the party. Is everything cool? Can we come?
Now, Brett Ratner, a major movie director renowned for films like Rush Hour, constantly attended to Diddy's parties, and he has dozens of SA charges against him, much like Diddy and Harvey Weinstein. If you wanted to advance forward in the industry, you had to do anything they asked, or you weren't moving up. But that's another tale for another day.
And then he leans over to me. We taking some pictures. He leans over to me. He's like, "Where's Beyonce?" So I run up on B. B is on the dance floor. I'm like, B. Michael's here. He wants to meet you, whatever. And so I get Mike. Bring him over. He's like, I love the record, whatever. He goes, tells the DJ to play the record. And he was also ready to go for his as a man. I think we all as men at that time wanted to dance with Beyonce.
Now, the supposed claims say that Jay-Z and Beyonce had an open relationship, and during Diddy's parties, they could have anybody they wanted, much like another famous couple, Jada Pinkett and Will Smith.
Just large, just the man. I think Puffy is now in that rap renaissance, kind of being part of defining really where rap is going. He's making people dance again.
If it's an open relationship, understand that means him and men, not you thinking about it wrong. It's okay.
Now, Diddy and Will Smith have been coming to parties together for a very long time, and things get wild over there. There actually aren't many images from Diddy's parties beyond a certain hour, since Diddy routinely grabbed everybody's phones when the crazy stuff was about to start. But that may not be a shock. As Cat Williams stated, when you do what they want, they move you up quickly, and if you don't, it's going to be a difficult journey. Still, Will Smith remains friends with Diddy to this day and has never made a statement about any of the charges or his incarceration.
Some people got heroes, but then you got that hero, that one hero. That's my brother Will Smith right here. Let's give him a round of applause. Happy Easter, man.
Family, what's the deal? We need you. So I'm going to take that opportunity to say that to you right now. Thank you for doing what you're doing.
Thank you
all
very
of our
much.
healthcare workers out there. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank God that God gave us a Will Smith, and that's real talk.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
I don't want to get you in trouble with Jay. So do your thing.
Here's Will Smith's former assistant, who purportedly stated that Will was getting it on with another guy, so it's probable he was doing a lot of stuff during Diddy's events.
Will was not my friend. I was his friend. So I could tell you what goes on the inside. Everybody else is just speculation.
Damn. Somebody told me I made my pictures in the book. Your picture's in the book and your name is in the book. So you're doing some real elegant pimp. I'm blowing you up.
And then I've saw sexual acts that I walked in them.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin. All right, I opened the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will. There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him.
Go ahead and let it come out, Will. That's why Tisha left Dwayne. Everybody know. Anybody from LA know you and Dwayne are an idol.
Now, everybody know now about the Diddy parties, but you go to the Diddy party, it's gonna be like an eyes wide shut. For one reason or another, she got invited to a Diddy party in Cancun. In the middle of this room, she tell me Diddy is over here on one couch, and Dwayne Martin is over there on the other couch, and Diddy is throwing grapes, and Dwayne Martin is over there catching them with his mouth.
But we done heard all these stories. We know all these stories. We done known somebody that was picked up on. I got homeboys that Magic Johnson done try to pull.
Here's a new blind item that is allegedly about how Magic Johnson is getting roped into the whole Diddy scandal because his son, EJ, was a huge fan of Diddy's parties.
Whether Will loves males or not is unimportant. I'm a huge Will Smith fan, and I just hope he wasn't at those Diddy parties doing things with individuals who were inebriated or forced to be there. But another individual who's connected to both Will and Diddy and who really initiated the entire recording of Diddy's parties is Jamie Foxx.
When we were in Africa, Will Smith showed me something I had never seen. He walks out in the townships with the people, and they lift him up and carry him through the township. It was amazing.
I would show up to the party, puff the SUVs and the Bentleys, the whole night. He get out. I get out too with a camera. Yo, what's up, Playboy? What you talking about? I said, I should get this, man. You, Fonz, the whole night. He says, yeah, let him through. Excuse me. So I get but at that time, it wasn't like the little camera y'all got in. It was the big intrusive Canon. I had a battery pack. Hold on, man.
So I started following him. So I followed him the whole time. I remember watching Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel, filming this. And it's a pool party that is ridiculous money.
And we're also having a party this year in LA. We throw the best parties, the best music. Yeah! We hit it. Yeah.
Jamie Foxx is such a fantastic artist, and he probably didn't understand what he was initiating when he started taping those Diddy parties. He believed everyone was simply having a nice time, but he could have seen something he wasn't intended to see. Rumors supposedly state that Diddy attempted to poison him since he was set to come forth with information he knew about the parties, and that's when he became ill.
Jamie Foxx sharing new details about the mysterious medical emergency that led to his hospitalization last year.
April 11th last year, bad headache. Asked my boy for an Advil. It's gone for 20 days. I don't remember anything.
We really don't know a lot of specifics when it comes to the medical conditions. Last year, we were hearing reports of him being unable to walk. So whatever he went through, it was obviously very, very serious.
These are simply rumors, but it seems that a lot of individuals close to Diddy end up either unexpectedly passing away or nearly dying. The list is too vast to go through, but here's Jamie Foxx and Diddy performing alongside who else?
I seen you talking about Busta Rhymes.
Super Zest Monster. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge, though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, we got to bring some, what they call them, fun boys.
I'm walking, New York City, going to a club. It was Halloween weekend, everybody was out. I'm walking across the street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. So I look at the chain and I'm like, oh, what's up, Busta? What's up? Now he holding my hand the whole time. I'm like, what's up, man? He like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, me and my people, we about to go to this club around the corner. What's up, man? And then, meanwhile, Busta still got my hand in his hand. He says, I'm about to go in this club. We got a section. You can come in with me if you want. And I'm like, word? For real? Like,
they say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. And the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was a little lawyer guy that was with us. He was a gay dude, super cool. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad, pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us. He stayed in there with them, bro. Bro, this common knowledge, bro. Like, if you in the mix.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. There's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section. I hear somebody say, oh, he's cute, I want him. So when I heard that, I turned around like, man, did he just say that? Man, you got all this jewelry to attract some men in here? You wild. Pulled them to the set, and then they walled them off like this man. I'm like, damn. And that little dude was so happy. Anybody that's in the mix, bro, bro.
Whatever Busta is into is on him. It's not a big issue. But don't forget, Jamie Foxx was documenting a lot of those Diddy events, and Busta was at many of them. So we can only presume that the FBI has his recordings too. Next, Diddy wanted to go into movies, and he brought in a new guy to party with him.
Diddy's new to me, right? He looked after me. He took me on an enforced holiday to Vegas. He's a very intense man because I think he come from nothing and now he's very, very powerful. People that do stuff like that, they're intense. Now, I like him. He's very influential. Say that you don't want to do something and Diddy does want you to do it. It's really hard to not do that thing. Like, he's very influential.
Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? We are on the plane right now. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Very, 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 very dear friend of mine. We go way back. We're going out on like a date to a guy's night. With a normal date, but like a man and a woman, or perhaps two gay men or lesbian women. The best possible result of that date is sex. Now, with our heterosexual date, what is the best thing that can happen between us? We can find some women that have some really tight. If you go to Vegas for 48 hours, somebody doesn't go to the hospital, then it wasn't a success. Wasn't a success. So.
Now, it's very evident that Diddy does not accept no for an answer, and he absolutely pressures people to do things, which is precisely what he's in prison for right now. So it's all beginning to pile up. But that's not the only person Diddy would put on an aircraft and go around to party with. Apparently, he did this with a number of individuals. Diddy simply appeared to have a fascination with seeing other guys hook up with ladies in front of him.
This just sent straight from Philly. Philly MC said they want that smoke, so we're gonna see what y'all got. Meek Mill, you ain't got nothing but air and opportunity to show them how it's done. I'm at a point in my life, like, we all grew up in the streets, and we try to be better, but they labeled us felons, sent us back to jail. I had to fight against that the whole time.
Where would you be right now if you were just Meek Mill, who nobody knew, if you didn't have all these powerful people who raised your case up and made people...
I would be in prison.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Meek Mill's got to deal with what he got to deal with based on the relationship him and Puff had.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
Now that I'm engaged, I've decided to slow down a little. 3 Diddy parties a week. Maybe 4. Well, not including the weekends.
Boy, I remember one day we went to this Diddy party.
Well, what happened?
Lil Jon forgot his pimp cup.
Yep.
D-Rock went to Diddy and asked if he had a pimp cup Lil Jon can borrow.
Man, he had a whole bunch of pimp cups.
He had a pimp set.
It's hard to say which is more off the hook. A Diddy party or a Diddy after party, or a Diddy after party, which is basically a pre-party for the next Diddy party.
There already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood, but one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became.
What if the whole story of hip-hop's most famous celebs was a skillfully concocted fabrication? Is it possible that the mentoring, parties, and major breaks were all a front for something sinister? You will see Meek Mill's descent from the roughest streets of Philadelphia to Diddy's most defenseless victim tonight. In the midst of his anguish, he testifies to a terrible reality. The gatherings weren't networking, they were hunting grounds. Conditioning, not direction, was the goal of the mentoring. What you hailed as achievements really constituted a concerted effort to destroy the souls of young black men. You're going to find out the truth about what happens when ambition meets skill. But first, you need to understand how the trap was created. Why? Because behind the scenes of what seemed like business networking was really meticulous record-keeping for long-term management.
When you that powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that want to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? So had the ups on Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? So he always played those kind of up games on people. So to have those cameras and know what he was doing, it's gonna give him the ups on everybody who came to that party. Even your favorite basketball player. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know who said that. He may be one of the person who got caught up in the Diddy party.
I think it's a conspiracy against me, you know, because in the absence of the truth will prevail. So as long as nobody out there spitting real, you know, you can come up with anything and it'll sell, you know what I'm saying? But once you put the truth out there, it's like people have something to compare everything else to. So, you know, you got a lot of people who are not really happy about the fact that, you know, my album is about to drop. You know, they're not really happy about, you know, Lord, give me a sign. And, you know, we in here and, you know, things of that nature. But you know what? If you want to rap or sing or whatever, don't become a part of the game. You know what? Listen to a song I called The Industry. And that pretty much explains, you know, saying what this is about. The industry. Man, it's not the same. The industry, it's not a game. The industry, real is dying to get in the industry just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that, but I'm going to dress like this and talk with the gap. The industry got y'all word meaning nothing. The industry what you heard because he's bluffing. The industry, money, bitches, hate, but I dare you to try to take a thing off my plate. The industry like, wait, but in the streets we like, get him. 17 up in that thing, catch him sleeping, hit him. My pop web's with him. The coroner's coming to get him. Industry.
Pay close attention to what is being said here. Diddy didn't simply throw parties for fun. He videotaped everything. Every celebrity, every interaction, every compromising situation was documented for future use. LeBron James may be one of them. This isn't hearsay or conjecture. This is a documented control operation meant to keep authority over the most prominent individuals in entertainment. Every visitor becomes a potential asset. Every encounter becomes potential blackmail material. The most influential characters in sports and entertainment were reduced to puppets controlled by recorded secrets.
I will tell you, if you just pay attention to the testimony, there were videos on an iPad that the employees had access to, right? And you can't tell me, anyone who's watching this, they've been anywhere and something was going down and somebody said, hey man, give me a copy of that, right? Yep. I mean, we can go back to the R. Kelly tape. That was VHS. You know how hard it is to make a copy of a VHS? And it was probably 30 or 40 of them tapes in every neighborhood, right? Now we talking about digital. Now we talking about, hey man, airdrop me that video, right? Hey,
spread like wildfire.
Exactly, because I am pretty sure either through the dark web or through one-sided consent of some sort, it's going to be released.
The things that the devil does, it's not so much a person, even though he acts through people. You know, you can't call one person the devil. You know, you can't call any one person the devil. You can't do that because no one person has enough power to be the devil. You know, and you know, it's through all these hardships that I realized that, you know what, this is God's country because I met the devil here. Because if I hadn't met the devil here, I wouldn't realize I was strong enough to overcome the obstacles that the devil would place in my path. And it's by overcoming these obstacles that I realized that this is God's country. Because he helped me get over these obstacles.
Now here's the legal assurance you need to hear. Attorneys are going on public declaring these recordings exist and will be revealed one way or another. This isn't hearsay or conspiracy theory anymore. This is legal testimony indicating that recorded proof of these interactions is genuine and will soon become public. Think about what it implies. Years of parties, years of recordings, years of compromising material involving the greatest celebrities in entertainment, all lying in storage someplace, ready to be disclosed. Every celebrity who attended these gatherings now confronts the terrible risk that their most intimate moments could become public proof. This is how contemporary enslavement works in Hollywood. You don't shackle individuals physically, you chain them mentally via recorded humiliation. You build a system where successful, powerful people become utterly controlled because they know you have film that might ruin everything they've accomplished. And Meek Mill wasn't simply attending these gatherings, he was being methodically conditioned to become the next generation of victims in this recording machine. But to understand what happened to Meek, you need to understand the psychological mechanism underlying it. This wasn't random abuse, this was a calculated campaign aimed to erode the essential identity of young black guys.
What is it with all the man-on-man action that I'm learning about? I mean, like with the puffy parties. Like the last thing I ever thought that went on there was was gay stuff. Not that gay stuff
Yeah, I
was
didn't-
wrong, it's wonderful. I just did not think that's what Puffy was doing.
Yeah, well, I didn't think it either. And even when my assistant said that stuff, I still was like joking it off. And it wasn't until later on that I heard other things from people that worked from him. You know, you remember that back in the times of slavery, they had a thing called breaking the buck. That people in the industry are still making young rappers who have fought the worst of circumstances, being disenfranchised, being discounted, and then they finally like, I'm gonna put it into music. I'm gonna do it in the music. I'm gonna, and get myself together. And they go and see someone, and they tell them, okay, yeah, you can have a deal.
Breaking the buck. Let that sentence permeate your awareness for a time. Terrence Howard isn't using plantation lingo by mistake. He's describing a process that mimics the most cruel elements of America's past, but modernized for Hollywood's control structure. Young, gifted people like Lil Baby, Meek Mill, and Usher are purposefully robbed of their male character by forced involvement in filmed personal actions. This isn't hazing, this isn't initiation, this is weaponized trauma, intentionally tailored to establish chronic psychological reliance. They film the breaking process so the victim never forgets what was done to them and never feels strong enough to resist future demands.
Rappers, they're all so tough until you hear their real name.
Yeah, or until you see them at a Puffy party.
Oh.
Then they're not tough no more. I'm surprised that the rap game is still alive because the masculinity that the rappers are supposed to portray. Oh.
Here's Terrence Howard making the link explicit. The rappers that exhibit the most violent masculinity in their songs are typically the most mentally disturbed behind the scenes. The louder they demonstrate strength, the more totally they've been degraded. Their public character becomes protection against the guilt of what they were obliged to do in private.
When you saw this lawsuit that made it seem as if perhaps Diddy and Meek Mill had...
I mean, to each their own, and why would they not have when they're gay rappers?
Do you think Meek Mill's gay?
We all know he's gay.
Who's we?
Rick Ross knows he's gay.
I didn't know. It's news to me.
Everybody, Rick Ross knows.
You think Rick Ross would sign a gay rapper?
Industry, dog. Industry is full of a bunch of dick sucking, dick riding, bending over the desk ass straight up like that. Whoever don't like it, bring it, nigga. Bring it. I don't give a bring it. Bring it, bitch.
Well, the industry is full of homo hating ass. I mean, it's like they got this new breed of rapper that's paying DJs to play their
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? They sucking the record label executive dicks, and it's like there's too much of that going on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Let me be me. Let me be the artist that I am and just play my music. You know what I mean? Exactly. Now they want you all up under this, you know, sitting at the going to dinner with them and like that, and you know, all that favor for a favor shit. I don't get down like that. Look, I give you the music, you give my money. That's it.
A lot of the love I had for wanting to be a part of the industry is not there anymore. I don't even associate myself with the industry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry. You know?
And you've always stood alone, and you know, bloodline.
You're not gonna see me at every party, every industry party, all the clubs. I go somewhere quiet, man, shoot pool with me and my mans and them. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit I do. You know what I'm saying? My remote control cars, jump on the four wheelers. You know what I mean? I ain't with all that in the club, throwing it up and all that. I ain't got time for that, man. And then you find yourself doing the same every day. What are you, alcoholic? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Give it a break, man. Live a little. You know what I mean? Play with my kids, man. I play with my toys, play with my dogs, man. You know what I'm saying? We go somewhere, shoot pool. We do what the we do. You know what I mean? That's why you see us in places that you don't normally see. They're like, damn, why you here? Well, I'm here because why are you here, mother? You here playing video games, ain't acting. You know what I mean?
These had the nerve to tell me one time, I said, yo, why I can't have two videos playing at the same time? Oh, because we don't want your videos to compete with each other. But then I turn on the TV, I ain't gonna say no artist names, but they got 3 videos back to back.
Exactly.
I'm like, you feeding me, and you sucking these dicks all crazy, man. What's wrong with that? Yo, I had to punch one nigga in his face up there, man. After that, I was like, I'm not going to the office no more.
Is that how it went down?
Yeah. Cause I don't, I'm a grown ass.
man, and I ain't got time to be playing no kid games, man. So once I see I'm not dealing with a man and he disrespects me, I'm breaking his jaw.
Now Orlando Brown begins identifying names Meek Mill and Rick Ross, two of hip-hop's most confrontational characters, both purportedly victims of the same system. Notice how Orlando doesn't depict this as a personal preference problem. He's outlining a systematic approach aimed to build psychological control. Usher isn't simply wordplay, it's proof of physical damage. Orlando is stating that every star he's identifying has been compelled to expose themselves to Diddy. This is a systematic emasculation of men who built their professions on presenting invulnerability.
When Diddy got locked up, Meek Mill came out saying that he'll pay somebody $100 grand to investigate that he has nothing to do with anything with Diddy.
Man, look, you can't take back what your received. That's just like the video that's coming out with him and Will. With Will Smith getting the Will Smith. You ain't heard the Will Smith footage?
Yeah.
Alright, Will Smith. Then they got the Carl Winslow. Yeah, they got a lot, bro. It's a lot coming out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And let me just keep it to you 1,000.
The proof isn't just testimony now, it's recorded footage that Orlando promises will be revealed shortly. Carl Winslow, Will Smith, and Meek Mill are all purportedly recorded in uncomfortable situations, doing sexual actions with Diddy.